Good evening, everybody. Weather-wise, we do have kind of a tale of two parts of Southwest Florida. One area seeing weakening rain, others seeing heavy rain as they are starting to flare up. But what we had this afternoon, a couple hours ago, Tampa Bay and Clearwater, they are right now seeing their main event with heavy rain and lightning as we just have a steady rain. Nothing too terribly bad for Rotunda, but earlier during our strong storms, which brought wind gusts to 40 and 45. They also dumped about 1 to 2, if not flirting with 3 inches of rain for sections of Charlotte, all the way into Lee County. Rapid weakening for Babcock Ranch. And then there's a look at that contrast. I have some light rain, but far from it as we zoom on in. We have another storm into southern Hendry County, but let's zoom on into this thunderstorm. Quickly pass by Bonita National, and then as we time this out, does have heavy rain and lightning. It's going to be working its way towards Corkscrew Road, and you can see some of the specifics towards the Miramar Outlets and Hertz Arena, give or take at about 6:30. Temperatures right now into the 70s and 80s. Live look from Boca Grande. Bit cloudy, I know. We do have some lingering areas of rain. 80s for this evening. I would like to revisit at least the possibility for new development over the next few hours. Not a guarantee. Even this model is a little aggressive, but it's a possibility. Can't rule it out. Just plan accordingly. And then once we hit about midnight and beyond, any rain that we do have will eventually start to wrap up. I do expect a quiet morning. Patchy fog, partly cloudy, lows in the mid to upper 70s, and then lower to middle 90s for tomorrow afternoon with scattered showers and storms. We're quiet in the morning towards lunchtime, and then once we hit the afternoon and evening hours, we will see some storms pop up. The coverage, maybe not to the caliber of what we had for today, but still, we will have areas of Southwest Florida get soaked, and that does include during the afternoon and evening hours. All right, a look at the tropics. We have a lot of colors, but a whole lot of nothing at this point. And all the yellow that you see, these are generally low areas for development. The newest added one is going to be a non-tropical low that could become what's called subtropical. It's a hybrid where it gets its power from the water as well as from the atmosphere. But even if that forms, it's a non-factor for us. Heads to the north and northeast. And then also watching an area of lower pressure east of Florida, as well as that other area of lower pressure that could form in the Bay of Campeche. The models still are split, and there's no guarantees that it even forms. I have 3 of the models putting into Mexico, and then that's the end of it. 2 do have a gradual turn to the north, and those are the 2 that at least show the possibility for organization. So I have been asked this question a lot. Hey, Matt, what's going on with this hurricane season? Months ago, we were talking about the potential for hyperactive numbers, and that forecast is becoming now less and less likely. Why? I'm going to get a bit technical here, but the answer to all of this is in Africa. So these are the ingredients why the preliminary forecast has really not come to fruition just yet. We've had an above average amount of Saharan dust across the Atlantic, obviously from Africa. Also, the African tropical waves have been too far north and they've been moving over cooler than normal waters. Third, we've had warmer than normal temperatures at about 30 to 40,000 feet, leading to more atmospheric stability. You want to have instability for storms to lift. Right now we have the opposite. Also greater wind shear in the eastern Atlantic when tropical waves have been leaving Africa. And last but certainly not least, it's called the MJO. We have, long story short, we're in the suppressed phase, and that leads to drier and fewer storms across the Atlantic. So basically every possible ingredient that we have working against us is working against us. And that's a good thing. I would love to keep that going for weeks and months ahead, but please remember, all it takes is one storm to make it seem like an active year. Lower 90s for the weekend, scattered showers and storms with more storms looking ahead into next week.